Dear friends, this is today's outfit of the day. And it's very, very comfortable. Such a beautiful day. And you will see. Bye bye, friends. I love you. I really do. Do. Okay, hello, dear friends. Good afternoon. And it's quite a surprise. Yesterday, I came to Stanford University Cantor Museum to see an exhibition. These are the ink works collected by Jerry Yang, the Yahoo founder, and his wife. So much to my surprise that that guy himself is actually Jerry Yang, the one behind the white. Yeah, he is Jerry Yang. I think you deserve to see him. Let me. That is the Yahoo founder. And I am actually very, very impressed by his collection, his art taste. Some of these works are fascinating, very, very fascinating. And it was the artwork of very high quality. So let's go step by step. These the artists are very seriously discussing about it. And we will enjoy it in our own way. So we start from this piece of artwork. It's 风雨润. You can see the title here, and it seems a piece of artwork on top of a gold or metallic canvas. And the interpretation of the trees I think this is the 17 miles drive or in the Santa Cruz and Monterey area. And the landscape was so vivid, and there is not much things. The important thing is the important thing. First things first, he wanted to paint tree, and the tree was prominently taking over the whole piece. And 风宜雨润, the meaning of this is the wind is mild and the rain is moist, just perfect. And through this painting, you can see the strength of wind. But at this moment, everything is calmed down and is peaceful, and it's a very, very magnificent piece. Now let's take a close look at the detailed artwork. We cannot go any further. There is a line, but you can see the artist interpretation or expression of the artwork is so much to the point. There is a light, so some of the trunks are lighter, some of them are darker, and even in the lighter place, there are some dark scars. That's the history, that's the life experience these trees has been through. A wonderful piece of work. And this one is very, I like this. This is abstract, but there is a lot of extension of meaning of that you can develop your own thought and develop your own imagination. And it's not just to throw some ink. Everything is articulated and very well thought out, but still the Chinese painting paper has its own character, and the artist didn't force the ink flow. So there is this freedom of the artist expression, and there is the freedom of the ink flow. And it's a perfect matching, and there is a struggle, and there is freedom, and there is compromise. And the painting is not perfect, which makes it the perfect. It cannot be too perfect, and this is just right. And this painting has a wonderful, wonderful, so much detailed work into this expression. Imagine the light, imagine the very detailed drawing. All these a huge piece, but done very delicately. And there are places that ink are delicately used. Let's see. So these are painted stroke by stroke and washed step by step. And there are clouds here, intentionally painted and intentionally rubbed with cloud. Such a magnificent work. And let's take a look at the pine tree. At the pine tree. It is real, it is not real, it is more than real because the artist has put his own thought into the artwork. Long Qian Shan Mai, the Dragon Mountain, a piece of magnificent painting. And the artist for Long Qian Shan Mai is Li Hua Yi. And this piece of painting, and there is a signature here, 加州海岸烟景神游风润. And this one is for the couple of Jerry Yang and his wife. And the artist is Li Huayi. I particularly like his artwork. And this piece of painting is called 郑重斌 Tour. 郑重斌. These are some quite interesting artworks which I do not understand that much. And this one is like a black hole, so imaginative. And this is one piece of such a magnificent artwork. The artist is Qin Xiangzhou. The artist is Qin Xiangzhou. And this piece of painting makes me think about 盘古开天地 at the beginning of the universe. It was chaos, and nothing was in order. And there was the Big Bang. There was the Huntun. There was the world of mass without any order. And then there is this magnificent outer space power came and break up those chaos and start to build a new order, new worldly order, new universe order, new spatial order. And that is so much about our imagination, about our desire of this universally powerful power. And we want to recreate the world. We want to break up the old world. We want to build up something by destroying the old, by destroying the mass, by destroying the wrong. And it was a painful experience. It was a painful process. And the painting is dark, but it's just so powerful. And each of the stroke is so vivid and so much strength. You see the depths, you see the texture, you see the perspective, and you get so much power from this painting. I love it. And the artist is Qin Xiangzhou. The artist is Qin Xiangzhou. And there is another piece of painting I want to show you. Some of these works this one also. This one is by artist. I feel it is the same. Yes, it is the same artist. He's very particularly good at this kind of rock painting. And in Chinese painting, rock painting is a particular kind of painting. It's very much the scholar's joy. For example, here we have one piece of artwork. It's just a piece of rock, but there is so much more than just a piece of rock. And Chinese artists have this, or I think in anywhere in the world, there is this particular or peculiar or a little bit odd interest of collecting something odd, collecting something curious and fun. This is one part of that particular interest. They find something that is different and they praise the beauty of this particular thing. And because it's different, we want to We want to shout out, we want to praise for its uniqueness. And there is so much in this. You can see each person holding this may have very different feeling and different interest in it. Some may see the sharpness of the mountain, and some may see the individual arrangement of the mountain. You can always find your particular interest in every angle, in any angle, and you always find something new. And that is something that is beyond monetary value. Of course, this does have monetary value, but the joy of enjoying something is that the joy of the thing, of its uniqueness, and of its oddity. And there is a particular stool, a little table made just matching with this piece of rock. This piece of rock can be just a piece of rock anywhere, but through this artist interpretation and careful arrangement, it becomes something that gives a new life and gives a different life and gives a life of its own. And this is Ling Zhi, must be Ling Zhi. The artist is Liu Dan Xun Shan Zhi. Such a beautiful painting. And I am particularly interested in this piece of painting. If you read Chinese, The current, and you feel there is wind and movement. And you can see the brush movement, and it just so much freedom and so interesting to see. And the background, the artist made it with some light color, with some swift watercolor. Let me see what this character is. The artist is Qin Feng, desire scenery. So this is a scenery manipulated by the artist from his heart. And there is not a particular scenery, but the movement of a jellyfish, and the movement of a dragon, and the jumping of fish or something. It's just so interesting. Great work. And here are 4 pieces of this. This is wonderful, wonderful also. And that pieces. And this might be just folding the paper, and it's kind of like tie-dye. You fold the paper differently and let the ink. This one may use some water, is folded in such a way that when the ink get into it, it form its own river. The artist is Zhang Hong, Mindscape. He must have a troubled mindset. Zhang Hong.